All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the AHJ Productions YouTube channel. I am here today with Stephen F. Austin, star track runner Auhmad Robinson. And if you guys have seen anything regarding track and field over the last few days, you know who this guy is because he had probably the best close I've ever seen in a 4x4 relay. By the way, man, just got to give it to you. That was absolutely insane. That's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. Just going to ask you a few questions here real quick. So first off, we'll get started. Why track and field? What was that something that you always did, or how did you come to start running track and field?
Um, well, I used to play football a long time ago, but then I stopped. I stopped wanting to play football. Then I got in track in about seventh grade, and ever since then, I just fell in love with the sport.
All right. So what exactly is your obviously you're the anchor on the 4x4, but what exactly is your favorite event related to track and field?
Um, I'm starting to like the 400 a lot.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh, okay. So obviously last year was a little bit different as far as high school track goes. Unfortunately, there was no state championship, anything like that. But in 2019, you and your high school, Klein Forest, did win a Texas State championship. What was that like?
um, that was our first time in Klein history, the first team to ever win a state championship. I was pretty excited. We worked hard. We had two downfalls the year before, and we didn't make the state. Then 2019 came, we finally get to state. We was the underdogs. Nobody really expected us to win state. And then we came out with the dub, and I was just like excited and more proud of the guys on my team than myself because they were all young. They didn't believe at first. We were just running, but then once we got hungry, we got to it, and then we won state.
All right. So leading off of that, why Stephen F. Austin? What led you to that decision? Was there a singular event, or was it the recruiting style? What led you to Stephen F. Austin?
I fell in love with Michael Courtney. That was the coach at the time.
Hmm.
We were talking a lot, not more so about track, but he would also just hit me up, outside of track. We just talk on a regular basis. So that was just the main reason I went there because me and the coach had a great connection.
Okay. Obviously, these past 2 years have been anything but normal with COVID-19 and the pandemic, everything going on. What was a normal week's preparation like for you this year?
Um, well, I don't even know, really. We just go to practice, just have fun. We just be competing with each other, really. That's really it.
All right. What exactly does it feel like to play second in the 4x4 at the national championship meet? That had to be just an incredible feeling.
Well, I'm still trying to let it sink in because, growing up, that's everybody's dream. You watching these people run on YouTube, like high school, I used to watch all these guys run. And it was just crazy to me that I was actually like literally side by side running with some of these guys. But just to be able to, be on the podium at the NCAA's as a freshman, that's a blessing right there.
All right. I mentioned it at the start of this interview. Obviously, placed second in the national championship meet, but you stole the show with that close, that anchorage. Just what was going through your head that last 100-meter sprint? Because you caught, I believe it was three runners towards the end. So what exactly was going through your head during that time?
But I wasn't really thinking. I was just running. Man, I wasn't thinking about nothing. I was just running, really, just trying to close.
And was that the plan all along? Were you holding back just a little bit, waiting for that last 100, or was that just a last second rush of adrenaline?
Oh no, that's always my go-to point every time in a 400. Once I get to the 120, then I just kick and go all out.
All right. And then last question here. Is there any track and field Olympian or any star athlete that you look up to that you've used as inspiration?
Um, far as starts, I try to
Okay.
look at Christian Coleman as because he has one of the best starts I ever seen. And then far as running wise, I'm a huge Michael Johnson fan.
Okay, of course.
So that's one of the guys I mostly just look up to, try to do what he do. Not really do what he do, but strategize the race.
All right, well, I think that's going to conclude it. Just a little short interview with Auhmad Robinson. Guys, be on the lookout because you are only a freshman, if I'm correct, right?
Yes, sir. I'm just a freshman.
Y'all be on the lookout because this guy is just getting started. Thank you so much for taking the time to interview with us today. And yeah.
Thank you. No problem.
Couldn't come this far, man, just by grinding. If I said I did it myself, then I'd just be lying.